Good morning.
Good morning, Jew.
How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Good.
Heather Gold in Oakland.
Katie Halper in New York City, where it's raining.
And this is Morning Jew, where we ask the question, is it good for the Jews?
We look at the news, ask if it's good for the Jews. We find the Jewish angle on the headlines, even if it doesn't exist.
Especially if it doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's when we're most needed.
Our first audio podcast. This has been a video podcast. You can check out Morning Jew on YouTube for some time, and we've decided to move to audio.
This is a historic moment.
Right.
It's like the temple shutting down or whatever, dispersing, and now Morning Jew starting, and then the Morning Jew going to audio.
So this episode was recorded a few weeks ago, where you're going to hear about Jerusalem in it, in fact, and a few things, noses, and Transparent, the most Jewish TV show of all time. There's like 52 back episodes, so you're welcome to go check those out. At some point, they'll be available in audio as well.
And we're morningjews.com.
Yeah, and Morning Jew Show on Twitter.
Morning Jew Show on Twitter. Morning Jews with a Z or Z.com on the internet.
Yes.
Okay.
So enjoy.
Good
morning, Jew.
Good morning, Jew. That was the most Jewy greeting we've ever done. The only thing that could have made that Jewier, because it was so digressive, would have been like talking about, did you lose weight? You look thinner.
Or telling each other what's wrong. Yeah, in a passive-aggressive way. Yeah. We dropped some Yiddish.
Yeah, we did. And we certainly took a long route. In fact, when we edited, we should totally do fades, like cross fades.
So good to see you. Okay, what's your most Jewish greeting? Let's see it.
Hello.
I'm opening the door.
All right, opening Pandora's box.
Hi.
Pandora's boxala. Pandora's knish.
I'm here to borrow something. I'm here for dinner.
I'm looking for schmaltz. I need some schmaltz. I ran out of schmaltz. Oi. I'm up the Nile instead of up Schitt's Creek.
Do you want to see my most Jewish greeting? Here, you open the door. What do you want?
Oh, that is good. No, now you open the door.
Hi. Hey, Katie.
Oh, no, you knock on the door. Okay.
Katie?
That's me running, getting my jewelry and running, because I think you're a
Katie?
Cossack. You're a Cossack.
Are you here? Are you going to the fridge to get your passport in the freezer?
Yes. That's a dumb Jew. That's a Jew who doesn't make it out. Terrible. Too soon.
The stories that we're missing of all the ancestors who were trusting. If you want to know why we're so cynical, we're the ones.
And crafty. We survived.
We're the descendants of the ones that made it out.
Exactly.
Imagine all the sweet, trusting, kind, open Jews that used to be.
Exactly. He's not a regular Cossack. He's different. This one,
come on.
Igor's a good guy. I'm going to let him in. I'm going to let Igor in. His mother and I shop together at the market. Anyway.
He's not a Nazi. He's my neighbor. He's just,
Hans?
Hans. I was going for Hans.
That's so funny. It's our DNA, you see.
Could have said Fritz, but
Fritz,
Hans.
Yeah.
Hans's.
Well, but our brain was on the Fritz. You're welcome, Dad.
You just...
I'm James Paul Halper's daughter.
You can't miss it. You're like someone playing a video game. It's like, the goal is to get the character over here, but there's one thing to pick up over there, and you're not going to not get that because there's a pun connected to that. You're going to go all the way over here.
Okay, so let's see. There's so much to talk about. First, there's some breaking news, which is real shocker. Ready for this?
Mm-hmm. I love to be shocked.
And, okay, so it turns out there's this discovery in Jerusalem. Jerusalem stone may answer Jewish revolt questions. Israeli archaeologists said Tuesday they have discovered a large stone with Latin engravings that lends credence to the theory that the reason Jews revolted against Roman rule nearly 2,000 years ago was because of their harsh treatment. Did you know that, Heather?
There's an article? They had to write an article.
They had to write an article proving what? That Jews were mistreated by the Romans.
You could pick a Jew who's never been to synagogue in their lives out of Winnipeg, who's 14 years old, and ask them this question. No, they've never read a history book. And you could still ask them that question, like, why do you think Jews revolted against the Romans in ancient Israel? And the answer would be, because they were mistreated?
Yeah, probably, right? Apparently the cause of the...
I'm stunned.
I know. The cause of the Jewish revolt, which resulted in our exile, is disputed. It's unclear whether they rose up independently or were provoked by harsh Roman measures. But, okay, so wait, what is the idea that, like, a bunch of Jews are being treated really well, and they're like, you know what would be great? An uprising.
You know what's going to make this better?
Yeah. Like, I'm either going to have to take a run. I got to take a run, or I got to plan a revolt. One of the two.
I'm having a little indigestion. I'm having a little trouble with my kishkas.
I'm repeating my food.
What could possibly go wrong? The Romans in Israel. I mean, how many times were the Romans down there? I feel like a lot.
Yeah.
I'm not a historian.
Yeah.
They never say Italians. No one ever said that's Rome, because of course it was just Rome then. But essentially, we need to know
Italy didn't exist then. Yeah.
It's kind of amazing that there's no residual resentment among Jews for Italians. Jews just love, at least in North America, we love Italians. Love them. Yeah. We're like, they're practically us.
Because the Germans eclipsed them. But what's interesting is that, you know, in World War I, the Jews in America sided with Germany because it's like Germans eclipsed all the other bad guys, but before the Holocaust, the big bad guys were going full circle on the Cossacks, the big bad guys were Russia. So German Jews actually sided with many of them sided with the German side in World War I.
American Jews in World War I, not World War II.
Yeah. Were they American Jews or Jews internationally? I'm going to have to look that up. But Jews on some level sided with Germany in World War I.
Well, I think Jews who were in Germany were trying to be German, weren't they?
Yeah. And in fact, a lot of them won awards for World War I, like military awards. That's kind of like crosses, iron crosses. Can you imagine a Jew with an iron cross?
Oy!
Oy. It's weighing me down, this iron. They had to make it of iron? Couldn't they have made it of gold? If you look in Haaretz, of course, they do a better job. A Roman-era inscription commemorating a visit by Emperor Hadrian has been found in Jerusalem in what archaeologists call one of the most important finds of its kind in the city. The tablet, uncovered during an archaeological dig on land earmarked for a shopping center, is a rare Latin language find and adds to the debate on what caused the Jewish Bar Kochba revolt in the 2nd century.
I've even heard of Bar Kochba.
You haven't?
Shimon Bar Kochba. I mean, we learned about him in Hebrew school.
Well, what's funny is that
I had a terrible Jewish education. So the fact that I've heard of him.
Well, you've heard of him.
He must have been a biggie, or I would have never heard of him.
He was a biggie. To Emperor Caesar Tranius, Hadrianus Augustus, son of the deified Tranius Parthicus. Oh, that one, Heather, in case you were wondering. Grandson of the deified Nerva, high priest, invested with tribunician power for the 14th time.
Do you think that celebrities are going to bring